Hi guys, I'm Madeline Harvey. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. In our lesson today, we're going to be exploring vocal style and some of the elements such as bends, runs, riffs, trills. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about what makes each of those elements different from each other, how they can build off of one another, and what you can do at home to get real adventurous in your vocal styles. So if you like today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up or click that subscribe button below. I would love to see you here more often. You ready to get started? Here we go. So if I were to define for you vocal style right now, I would say that it is a very subtle pitch and rhythmic sort of wiggle. It is a very subtle, dynamic variation on, let's say, a melodic interpretation. It's a really great way to bring new life and new interest into your phrases or on your notes simply by interrupting a pattern that the song has already established. So let's say, for example, I could sing, I love you, very straightforward. Or I could go, I love you. It's just a fantastic way to keep the ear of the listener invested and interested by keeping them guessing. So a way that I like to look at it is being very similar to tap dancing. Tap dancing is extremely rhythmic and it's very accurate about those rhythms. But what tap dancing will do is use what's called a time step. Now a time step is just a small block of rhythm that has a particular signature to it, so it's recognizable as being different from something else. But they will use time steps in a sequence in their choreography. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna learn the time steps of vocal style, how rhythmic they really are, and then we're gonna put together a whole bunch of dancing. Are you ready? Our very first, most basic unit of rhythmic style is called a note bend. And it sounds like this. Yep, very basic, but very rhythmic unit of style. It's an excellent way to add a little bit of interest, but still remain a little on the conservative side. So in order for us to do these bends, these trills, these runs quickly, we're gonna need to be able to focus our airflow, but keep it manageable still. So we're gonna go with a nice ooh vowel, very narrow. I want you to do this work primarily with your air. Keep it very precise. That way you maintain that rhythmic integrity. So we're gonna do this note bend 3 times, like this. That slow. We want to be able to hear both of those pitches in that preceding interval. So here we go. Ready? Ooh vowel. Think of it as a whip. Whip it and whip it. Good. Very, very, very slow. We don't want to slur the line. We want to build up again that rhythmic integrity. We want to hear the crisp, whip-like nature of that note bend. So we went up, going up. Now we're going to go down, going down. Yeah, it's, ooh, this one's a doozy. It feels very strange. But get all the way down. The tendency for a lot of singers is not to quite get all the way down to that bend that goes underneath. So it can feel very slurry, sloppy throughout those pitches. So we'll go nice and slow. I got you. We'll go nice and slow and we'll feel what this feels like. 3 times. Ready? Here's your starting pitch. So we have the note bend going up. Now we have the note bend going down. Yeah, very, very good. Again, these are basic units of style, but they sort of introduce you to that interval difference. You get very accustomed to being able to isolate the difference between those two pitches. And if we can hear the clarity as you move from one to the next, ooh, it's so delicious for the ear. So there's your note bend. So now that we know our most basic unit of style, a note bend, now we're going to add something to it called a fall off note. It just adds a little bit more intrigue. So it sounds like this. Yeah. Ooh. I think this is one of the yummiest things to hear in style. There's just something about it that I really, really enjoy listening to. So for your ear, remember, we're going to go slow. We want to get that whip, like we want to hear every single pitch, but we also want that rhythm to be nice and tight. So keep that vowel nice and narrow. It will allow you to manage that airflow while still remaining precise. So we're going to start you right here on who. Ready? So yummy, right? So good. We want to hear every single pitch in that. So we did a note bend with a fall off going down as we went up. Now we're going to do the opposite. It's going to get really confusing. But we went, right? So we fell downward. Now we're going to do our note bend and we're going to fall upward. Ooh, yeah, saucy, saucy. So let's try this together. Keep that vowel nice and narrow. Here we go. Really, really good work. Remember to maintain that rhythmic integrity by going slow and keeping that vowel nice and narrow. Ready to move on? Okay. So our very next time step in our vocal style choreography is called a trill. Now, all a trill is a sequence of 3 notes, otherwise known as a triplet. So we're going to start trilling downward, and it sounds like this. Figaro. Couldn't resist. So don't get too caught up here. Just allow yourself to fall down, but I do want you to concentrate. Focus on all 3 pitches. Where my pitch is at. Yes, I want to hear all 3 of those. Okay? So we'll start you right here. Nice, narrow. Ooh, here we go. Ooh. Very good. Want to just hear, yeah. So we went down as we went up. Now we're going to switch it around. That way you get the maximum benefit in each exercise. So we're going to trill upwards. Ooh, love that. There might be something in this lesson where I'm like, that's my favorite, that's my favorite, that's my favorite. It's just they're so cool. They're so unique and so distinct unto themselves, and they just all have something yummy to offer. So I'm gonna start right there. Ooh. Here we go. There you have it. It's as simple as that. Love me some trills. Again, I think each step gives something really unique. So don't get too caught up in it, but we do want to hear each pitch. So go as slow as you need to. Keep that vowel nice and narrow. It will help you keep your air nice and focused so you can be precise. Moving on. In keeping with the pattern of adding things to, we did our note bend. It's just a quick check-in, note bend. Note bend with a fall off. Trill. Now what is next? Trill with a fall off note. Here's the doozy. Give a listen. We have, if we're trilling downward, what's the only direction we can go on our fall off note is up, because we can't go. It doesn't make any sense musically. It's not contained within the chord. So we have, ooh, yay! Doesn't that sound so cool? So different? So it's a trill down with a fall off going upward. Yeah, you want to try? Here we go. On it, ooh, you know. Keep it manageable, keep it nice and tight, like a whip. Here we go. Ooh. Yes, very easy for us to get ahead of ourselves. And one of the things that, if you remember from just literally a second ago, I was saying, want to hear all those notes. Now, when we start to add fall-off notes, as singers, we can feel a little rushed to finish it, right? Because we're trying to stay in time with everything. But I want to encourage you to take your time. That's the sequence. We really don't want that middle note to get slurred over because we're trying to go, ooh, it just sounds wily. So we don't want it to sound wily. We want it to be nice and crisp. So I'll calm myself. I'll slow us down. Here we go. Let's try that again together. A whole bunch of pitches, we lose our way very quickly. So take your time, stay grounded. So again, trill down, fall up. Now we're going to trill up, fall down. This is very, what's up is down, what's down is up. Yes, it's very Alice in Wonderland. So we're going to trill up and fall down. So here's for your ear. That's our sequence. Here we go. Let's give it a try. cool. So real quick, let's just see again how these pieces fit together. We have our essential note bend. Then we added the fall off note. Right? So now we have our trill, and then we added the fall off note. Ah, very cool. So do you see how we're slowly adding things to each other? Can you guess what comes next? Okay, so I'm bringing it home for you in our very last exercise in this introduction to vocal style. So again, I know just a second ago we took a listen to what we've done already. So we have our note bend with a fall off, and then we have our trill, right? And then trill up, and then the trills with the fall off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put both of those together, and it's gonna feel like a concentric circle. You're just pretty much moving in a circular fashion around that scale, which is called a run, right? So we've got our note bend with a fall off, and then we trill up, right? So it sounds like this. Ooh. Yeah, can you hear those pieces? Ooh. Now to switch it and go the other way, note bend going down, trill. Yeah. Ooh. 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 Cool beans. So many beans are cool in this lesson. So we're gonna go slow, and that's what this video is for. Come back to it as often as you need to just check in and be like, what was that pattern again? And this is an introduction. Of course, style is vast, and I'm sure I'll be making more videos on it, but could not make those videos before I had some semblance of introduction to this awesome world of rhythmic style. So here we go. Going slow, keeping that vowel, listen to that southern accent, the vowel, nice and narrow. We'll start you right here for your ear. There's that note bend, fall off note, trill up. One more time for your ear. Okay, so let's be so bold. Let's summon our courage, and here we go. Excellent job. So you see how that fits? Do you see how they fit together? And it's like choreography, just taking one step and putting it on the next step, but they're all distinct to themselves. So now let's take this pattern and let's take it back down. So we've got the note bend going down. One more time for your ear. Now here we go. There's your starting pitch. Excellent. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did it. You've begun the awesome journey of vocal style. And again, you don't have to see it like tap dancing. I do, because in another life, I did tap dancing, and it was really, really beneficial, rhythmically speaking. So go as slow as you possibly can. Feel what that feels like. As you gradually speed it up, you will seem superhuman in the accuracy of your vocal stylings. I hope sincerely from the bottom of my heart that you have enjoyed today's video as much as I've loved making it for you. If you have, give it a good old thumbs up or click that subscribe button below. I'd love to see you here more often. And if you have something that you would love for me to break down for you, then send it my way in the form of an email or a comment. I love hearing from you guys. I love talking to you guys. I hope you're having an awesome time, and I will see you next time. Bye, loves.